Hey, what's up? It's DeadEndRoad Show, episode 83, coming in very hot. Just a live wire here, you know. So we got a lot of fun stuff planned on today's show, and it's Bill and Ian here, and it's a very exciting episode because, well, I'm excited. You know, I'm actually personally excited for the edit. I'm excited for the edit, which I'm usually not. I'm usually kind of like, yeah, I just gotta, edit the show. But I'm excited for this edit because Ian is going to be, this is the first time he's on a, I guess, normal setup for recording audio. And so I'm very excited to get those source files and to, get put the work in because previously you were working with, you were recording on a Chromebook, which gave me personally nothing but problems.
Not just a Chromebook, but a very budget Chromebook. And by budget, I mean like it was a budget Chromebook in 2020. Yeah. So it was already outdated at the time I bought it, and that was 3 years ago. So
yeah, it would give me nothing but issues, audio glitches. It couldn't use the same mic for Discord and the recording at the same time. I don't even know. What was the app called that you were even recording in?
ASR recording.
Okay. Yeah. It gave me a lot of problems. So I'm very excited. It's a new era. I'm not changing the season again though, but it's a new era of the show, and I'm very excited. And as part of that era, I thought, what better way to open up with than to do a little reading, because it had been a while.
What kind of reading?
Oh, we're gonna read the cards.
Oh,
of course, we have to read the cards.
Still lacking in energy, by the way.
Really?
I think so.
I feel like I'm on it. Actually, I feel like this is the right level of being on it. But what do I know? So yeah, it has been a while. It has actually been so long, in fact, that I had to clean the dust off of the cards. So I have neglected the cards for some time. And so I feel like it is the proper time to bring the cards back. And now you had actually when I brought up the cards, you sort of requested a reading, which is exciting to me.
Did I though? Because I thought you were like, we should do a reading. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And well, you seemed excited and now you're kind of walking that back, which makes me nervous.
I don't know. It's a weird vibe today. I don't know.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough. But yeah, so you requested a reading. And that's what the story we're running with. And
I agreed to a reading. I agreed to one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen. And so I'm just going to shuffle them up here because that should have been done in pre-production. But the pre-production consisted of me cleaning the dust off of these bad boys. And just going to get that going. You know, there's actually supposed to be... So I was playing Persona 3, and there is a recurring segment in that game where you have classroom segments, and there's the different teachers. And one of the teachers shows up whenever one of the other teachers is supposedly absent, like out sick or whatever. And he is this weirdo dude.
Do you call that a substitute teacher? Is that what that is?
Yeah, but like he's also like kind of the school nurse.
Okay.
But he's this weirdo guy.
I just thought it was weird because you described a substitute teacher, but then didn't call him a substitute teacher.
But he's also like in the school. Is the thing.
Wait, what happens? So what is there like a replacement nurse when this guy is teaching classes? Like what's going on there?
No, because he's also there. Because you can only visit the nurse after school. It's not a very good schooling system.
Huh.
Yeah, and you can also only visit him whenever you have the tired or sick status. But anyway, whenever he shows up in the class, he teaches the class about esoteric magic and things like that.
Is that on the curriculum?
And I doubt it, but he just shows up and he says weird Latin phrases, and he teaches the class all about weird magic and Gnosticism. And yeah. And so one of the lectures was on how to do a tarot reading, and he tells you the actual proper method of shuffling. And so I'm trying to do that right now as I explain some of the mechanics of Persona 3 on air.
And as well as try to stay awake. It seems
No, I'm good. I'm good.
okay.
Okay. I think we had a good shuffle going. All right. So this is a reading for you, and I think we'll do a simple past, present, future.
What
Right? Keep
happened
things
to just
simple.
looking forward and moving forward?
That was whenever I was trying to get you to get off the medication.
Okay.
But whenever we read the cards, we have to know where we came from. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a very simple past, present, future is the way to go. Right.
I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm just going along for the ride here. So
Okay. So I if you're having some kind of difficulty or something you want to know about, I would say you don't need to vocalize it, but I would say keep it in mind. Keep it in your.
is that good for a podcast?
What do you mean?
To not vocalize something and just think about it?
No, not necessarily, but it's your own personal issues or concerns. So I wouldn't necessarily force you to make it known.
Are you okay? Are you making that sort of is this because I've been a mess for the past 2 months?
No, I'm literally just doing this for your own fucking privacy. Like if say I was no, like if I was doing this for you, like, and we were not recording, I would not have given that stipulation.
I don't think we're doing tarot card readings just in everyday life. I think it's a podcast thing.
Exactly.
There is no situation where we're doing this.
I understand. Yes, of course. But, oh my God. You said I have weird energy. I feel like you're being very difficult today.
Well, you're like, it's about your fucking privacy.
Because you know what I'm trying to say. At least I hope you do.
The thing is, we can't be secretive on a podcast, right? Like that goes against the purpose.
Yeah, you can.
No, I don't feel like who wants to listen to that? Just vague nothings.
Well, I'm not. All right, but I'm not gonna force you to bare your soul just so I could do my dumb little card shuffling bit on the show. Is all I'm saying.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. That's all. So I'm just just keep whatever your your concerns in your pre-conscious. That's all I'm saying. For the power of the cards. That's all I'm fucking saying.
Wait, what is the pre-conscious?
Just not exactly what you're at the forefront of your thoughts, but it's right friggin' there, you know?
Okay.
That's a terrible explanation. I have not been in a psychology class in a little bit. There's the unconscious, the conscious, and the pre-conscious. So the unconscious is what you're not presently aware of. The conscious is what you're currently thinking, and then the pre-conscious is it's just below the surface. If I'm doing that right, and if I'm not, then
is that similar to subconscious?
No, the subconscious is a synonym for the unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to pull some of these?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So for your past, we have the 7 of Pentacles or Pentacles, depending on how you want to say it. There we go. Okay. So this is upright 7 of Pentacles. So upright is hard work, perseverance, and diligence. So this is your past.
Okay.
Right. So maybe you've been for a good little bit now, you've been slaving away, right? You've been putting in the work.
All right.
And so the image here is of a woman watering a tree that has fruit to bear. And so you've been putting in the work, and now you're sort of waiting for that fruit, to harvest that fruit. So that's what's going on in the past. That's what you've put in. Right.
All right.
Let's take a look at the present. The King of Wands.
So so I feel like we're off to a good start here because I started a new job about 6 months ago, right? So that would apply to the recent past.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is why also a reason why I left the podcast for a time there.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't stay away.
No, the allure, the bright lights, just the fame and infamy. Too much. The King of Wands. So this is big picture, leader, overcoming challenges. So you might be taking on some more responsibilities You might be seeing things at a higher level than you were previously. You might be seeing how things work in a way that you previously didn't whenever you were just sort of doing the grunt stuff earlier on in the past, or like when you started, right? And now you're like seeing things at an overview. You know how things work.
Okay.
And you might have some decisions to make about how things work.
What do you mean by decisions, though?
There are paths. There are decisions everybody makes about, what they're going to do, what paths they're going to take, if they're going to keep on keeping on,
or hit the job
if they're going to stay
sites.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they're going to stay the course, go to greener pastures.
Indeed.com.
Indeed.com.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, the whole thing. Monster. Yeah. So that's your present right now. What do you think?
I'm pleased with how. Okay, well, I'd say positive. I mean, the present one was fairly neutral and a little vague, but it started off positive, right? Which I feel like is a nice change from the last time we did this. Because I remember it being quite dark.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm very curious what the future or the last part of this reading holds here. That is what's coming, right?
Yeah. So you say it's a little vague. So let's maybe try to dial in. Then.
All right.
So the King of Wands is a natural born leader of people, and he's extremely capable. Once the king sets himself for a certain aim or a goal, he is going to conveniently stick to it in order to ensure that it becomes a reality. So this means like some sort of mentorship or like a respected position. It also means financial stability.
That's debatable.
Sure. In this economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it says here it also means charismatic lover. So
Oh, that's out of left field. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what it says here. I can't make much of that.
Is that part of the mentorship? Is that?
No, that's in a separate section. To be honest, if it was in that same section, I'd have some concerns. Sure. Yeah. So that's what's going on currently with you.
So am I the mentor or the mentee?
No, you're the mentor. This is the King of Wands.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. That doesn't apply.
Okay. Well, now let's take a look at the future. Let's see what the future.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is the Queen of Wands. Now this could be because of a bad shuffle or a very good shuffle. I don't know.
I feel like that's always a question when you do these. I think you'd have it down by now, but
yeah. So this means confidence, self-assuredness, passion, determined, social, charismatic, and optimistic.
Okay.
So the image here is a Queen of Wands sitting proudly on a throne while facing towards, which is a clear symbol of strength. She is holding a sunflower in her left hand, and this means happiness, satisfaction, and fertility. So you're gonna be very fertile.
All right. So to sort of narrow in a little bit here. I do like the social part because that's been a conscious effort of mine over the past number of months, trying to be more social, coming out of the pandemic. And I feel like I'm making progress in that area. I'm back on this podcast, right? Which is a social thing to do.
Sure.
I mean, in a way.
It's like this is like more charity work than this is like in Twin Peaks, whenever they start doing the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, today's feeling a little Twin Peaks. I feel like we usually have better better chemistry on this show, but something about the vibe today is just not clicking. I don't know what's going on.
You being on this show, it's like in Twin Peaks when they do Meals on Wheels and they go visit the old crazy people. That's what you're doing. You're like, okay, gonna put in the work, giving back.
It's scary how accurate that is. This was supposed to be your solo episode, by the way.
It was.
Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't belong here right now.
We haven't even gotten to any of the bits that would have been solo.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I mean, you couldn't do a reading for me with me not there, right? So
yeah. Oh shit.
Is this over now? Is that?
Yeah. Are you satisfied? This was probably your best reading.
It was actually really good because there was no what do you call them, inverted ones, which I usually get.
No, yeah,
those are always bad news.
Yeah, impending ruin or financial disasters or Jets quarterback fiascos.
Oh well, that'll be that. We're going to touch upon that at some point in the future.
Yeah, we have to wait. We have to wait for training camp to shake out. But yeah.
No, I'm happy about that. I feel like I'm on a pretty good path at the moment. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. So, it's encouraging.
Well, the cards say you are.
Yeah.
Gotta believe in the cards.
Just wait till we get to dating is dead, and
then all bets are off.
Yeah.
But hey, well, you know what? You could put in your bio that your tarot reading said that you're gonna be very fertile soon. So.
Oh, I should lead with that.
Yeah.
Do we know like a specific time frame?
No. Could be tomorrow. Could be 6 months. I don't know.
Okay.
It says for people who are searching for love, there's a possibility that you will find it soon.
That was part of my future reading.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Queen of Wands.
Oh, you buried the lead there.
Well, I hit the fertility shit first. So, we also advise you to keep your expenses on check, or you will regret it in the end. Okay.
Yeah, I do have a bit of a...
I mean, that could apply to anybody.
I mean, I've spent an amount that I'm not comfortable sharing on a Taylor Swift concert ticket recently, so...
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
See, that's why I didn't want to force you to share anything on the show.
Oh God, that's the least of it, I'll tell you. But like I said, this does not make for good podcasting. This sort of dancing around things, it's not the way to go. I think if you're gonna be on a podcast, you have to go all out. This sort of half measure that I'm taking is not working. I think that's part of why this has been a mess so hard.
I can't force you to...
No, I know. I do appreciate that you care about my fucking privacy.
Your fucking privacy. Read the fucking privacy policy. Let's do a Mountains of Madness.
Mountains of Madness.
I thought we were already there.
You know what? Sure. This is the segment that I just use for whatever the fuck. So, yeah. Yeah. This is a fun story I found. So this woman, her husband's died, and she decided to write a children's book for her children to deal with their grief, and she has now been charged with her husband's murder. That's just fun.
Yeah, a bit of a plot twist there.
It's just fun.
Now, was the book like, did it have like any damning evidence?
No, I don't think so. No, the book was called Are You With Me? And so I just think it's about how the dad will, still be like watching over them or some shit like that.
Okay.
So Corey, I think it's how you say her name. Corey, maybe. Yeah. Corey Richens was arrested in Utah and is accused of poisoning her husband with fentanyl, which is fun. 5 times the lethal dose was found in his system. She told police, she admitted to it, made a mixed vodka drink to celebrate him selling a house, but later found him cold to the touch after returning from checking on one of the children. The charges came after a, quote, unnamed acquaintance is said to have admitted to selling her the fentanyl. She is also charged with allegedly possessing GHB, an odorless substance often associated with date rape cases due to the ability to make people drowsy or relaxed. And the previous 2 months before she was charged, she was promoting her grief book, which is a hell of a phrase, the grief book, on local TV. She was promoting it on a show called Good Things Utah.
That's a children's grief book, just to clarify.
Yes, a children's grief book. So yeah, that's fun.
So where does this, is she going to trial? Like, where does this stand right now?
I believe so. Yeah. This was from May that she was charged.
Do you know if she's interested in writing a sequel? And if so, Dead End Road Publishing, is there an opening there? Is there possible collaboration?
My Dead End Road Publishing's motto is stories with nowhere to go, but that doesn't imply prison. At least it wasn't supposed to.
I mean, it depends on if you want the work or not. Like,
yeah. Let's see. Let's pull up Amazon.
don't tell me the book's still for sale.
That's what I'm looking. I don't believe it is. What's fun is that people are looking for it on Amazon. So
There's demand.
there's demand.
Which means
for
that
it.
there's potential for a sequel. You should get in on this. The sequel could be about teaching her children how to overcome the grief of losing two parents, you know?
It has a 2-star rating on Goodreads.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 2-star rating on Goodreads. Oh, man.
This author has now been charged with the murder of her husband. Kind of scary she wrote this. This book is a killer. It will take your breath away. So good that it's simply murder. What an absolute psychopath. What did I just read? This book was horrific. The first half is so terribly depressing that I can't imagine anyone ever read this to a grieving child in good faith. And the illustrations are so bad. The angel dad looks like he is haunting the kid. Nothing about him looks warm or comforting. Oh, also consider the author just got charged with murdering the husband who inspired the book. Here's a 5-star review. I don't think I will be able to read this book with the kids because I know for sure that this book will make me ugly cry, as it just did every time I read it. I love the first half, but it's the second half which made me cry harder and harder. I will never be ready for this book.
Sounds like that person is missing the backstory.
Yeah, that was written in March.
Oh, pre charges? Okay, there we go.
Let me click this Amazon link from this one. Oh, nope, it's no longer on Amazon. Barnes & Noble? They're kind of lax. No, it's not. Walmart? No.
Looks like the publisher really took charge there and you know.
Okay, IndieBound, come on.
Was this self-published? Like, what's the situation there?
I'm trying to find it. I would love to, I think so, but I would love to independently published, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious how it was distributed for it to be just, damn.
So at that point, do the retailers need to take action to remove it? Like, what's...
If it was independently published but through a distributor, then the distributor could just say, yeah, we're not distributing this anymore, and then it would just no longer go to the retailers.
Got it, okay.
But if it was super independently published, then all of the retailers individually would have to become aware and take it down.
Right.
So I would most likely assume it's the former, just because of the swiftness of it being taken down everywhere.
Makes sense.
You know, what happened to freedom of speech?
Oh, don't go there. I was gonna make a joke about you know, book banning, but it's you know,
yeah,
we don't need to do that.
Let's talk about AI a little bit. Cool. I'm in the process of updating that sound drop. I have to give a caveat for that one every time. I just feel like I need to. So I read this piece from The Guardian. It's an opinion piece written by Naomi Klein, and it's called AI Machines Aren't Hallucinating, but Their Makers Are. And it's essentially a piece that says that this term that keeps getting thrown out, that whenever AI just like sort of invents facts or facts or pieces of information that aren't true, that instead of it being just called falsehoods or just gibberish or whatever, it's called hallucination. Whenever like hallucination is a deeply human activity, and it's just sort of another way that they're like, even though this is a clear fault of the technology of the software, they're still ascribing human characteristics to it that aren't actually there.
Right.
And so that's sort of the thesis of this opinion piece. And I want to talk about this a little bit because we see this, and it's like it's supposed to be like so wonderful that like whenever you ask an AI to like cite some sources or whatever, it will just come up with like bullshit. Like it's like, oh, can you come up with 5 sources for the Big Bang Theory for me? Not the TV show, the thing. And it'll say like, oh yeah, here's like 5 books that Stephen Hawking wrote on the subject, and they're just made up, just like made up titles of Stephen Hawking, and it's supposed to be wonderful that the AI could be like, oh yeah, this is like from a potential world where Stephen Hawking actually wrote these. And it's like, no, this is just nothing. This is fan fiction.
Right.
This is useless. Like what is, but no, these CEOs and tech bros just be like, well, this is the AI hallucinating. And so this is like in the process of dreaming, and this could be refined. And this is like AI showing its creativity. And it's like, no, this is like bugs.
Yeah, so you're taking a fundamental issue of AI and you're framing it as something that makes it closer to human, as well as sort of making it seem like a feature rather than a bug.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we have to talk about where it's getting that information and that text from, where it is ascribing the works of some, like, that it's making up to somebody else, or whether it's just quote unquote inventing or making up something, is text and ideas that it did not itself generate. It came from text and ideas that it found in its data set. It's not an intelligence. It is a language model. It is looking to fulfill the sentence structure that you prompted it to. Mm-hmm. It does not dream. It does not hallucinate. It does not think. It just is a piece of software that fulfills the requests that you provide it. If you say, give me a list, it knows what a list is. And I use the word know very loosely. You know what I mean? It can spit out a list because its software is designed to format a list. Like, that's why. So yeah, I thought this piece was quite good. And it also goes into what she describes as like specific hallucinations that like the tech CEOs have, because that's the second half of the piece, is that like the tech CEOs are the ones that are actually hallucinating, as they claim that like AI will solve the climate crisis, and AI will be used to govern, and AI will solve us from like low skill task jobs or whatever. But that's actually the opposite, because they're trying to have the AI replace the creative jobs, and then the creative jobs will then shift to maintaining the AI.
Right.
Like instead of you writing the blog posts, the AI will write the blog posts, and the human will either edit or tweak the AI or just prompt the AI to just spit out that shit instead of just writing it yourself. Because the idea from the CEO or whatever, the managerial class, will be that it's faster to have the AI do it, but you still need somebody to prompt it and tweak it and whatever for it to be for consumption, if the goal is still human consumption, which it might not even be at this point.
Right, like the point that you've made a number of times about the internet devolving into just AI talking to each other, which is very one of the bleakest things, I think, of this whole situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I found something just horrific. I was looking up again, because I was playing Persona 3. I was looking up a specific fusion calculation for a specific Persona fusion, and I got the shittiest AI generated thing, because I was looking up a specific persona with a specific skill, and it was just spit out this article about how to defeat that persona with that skill, and it just gave like 800 words of bullshit when that's not an enemy in the game that you fight. I was just like, oh, this sucks so hard.
Yeah.
It sucks so hard that this is like the third result in the search engine, because it just uses that phrase over and over. My very specific phrase that I used. Oh, it's so bad. But yeah, the AI will not, like, they're not even presenting it as a way to take over like the sort of boring or shitty jobs, or even the shitty tasks that we have. Like, they're not even using it for like sort of as like an advanced spell check, even, you know, like they're not saying that it's going to be like the world's best little red squiggly line under your text. They're saying, no, it's going to write everything for you. You don't have to do that anymore. The worst one I saw recently was just this stupid it was originally just like a word processing software for like aimed at writers, and now they're like, oh yeah, we have an AI that you can bounce ideas off of. It'll be your writing partner, just like a person. But then it's like, it's just writing shit for you. But then it's like, where did your ideas come from? Over and over. Where did you get the data set? Where's the text? And this is another story. I didn't grab the source for this, but we actually found out where they got their data set from. They got it from the fan fiction website, A World of Our Own, because it keeps bringing up a very specific sex kink that is known exclusively like on fan fiction.
Oh,
shit.
Interesting.
So people were able to say, "Oh, you just scraped AO3, like everybody's fan fiction, without their consent, and used it for your AI word processor because you keep bringing up a weird werewolf sex thing."
Oh man.
So yeah, it's very dumb, and it's just pure tech BS marketing. And maybe I keep hitting the same points, but.
Well, because you hit the same points because it all leads to the same conclusion, really, you know? And that said, though, I mean, stay tuned because maybe we'll have an AI co-host at some point take over the show for one of us. I'm not sure which one it'll be.
Yeah, I think I probably have enough spoken information that could be repurposed into an AI if I really wanted to take the time, but I do not. I do not. It would just be like, Persona, SMT.
Young.
Shit, fuck, young cards.
Repeat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Speaking of, let's do a little Moogle. So yeah, I got some JRPG bullshit to talk about. And the first one, I've already bounced off of Star Rail, which might seem sudden, based on how I just talked about how cool it is, like the last time I talked about it. But yeah, because like, so you get to the end of the story that's available so far, and all that's sort of left is your daily login and the daily shit you can do, and then like incrementally leveling up your characters in order to do the what's it called? The roguelike dungeon, and that's kind of basically it.
So do you see yourself when there's like a new, I don't know how this is going to work with future content, but if there's like a new area or new story content, do you see yourself returning to it for that?
I think so. Yeah. So like there was a small update. I guess it was more of an event than an update where they introduced a new character that you could roll for, but I wasn't really interested. And then there was like a fighting tournament thing that it was just sort of more challenge fights, but you can only do one of them a day, so it was just more of a daily thing. But you had 7 days in a row to do it, and so it was just kind of another daily login. And so I was like, okay, and so I did it, and then I was done with it. So yeah, so I think another area and more story, even though I wasn't really paying attention to it. But at least it was like a better form of progression. Mm-hmm. The real issue is that like you kind of get addicted to increasing your character's power, like whether it's through just them leveling up or leveling up their light cone or leveling up their gear or leveling up their traces, which is like their skill tree. And you need specific materials to do all of this stuff. But you kind of don't get, like once you get to like level 50, which is where basically all my characters are, kind of don't get enough materials in a day to really do any impactful changes on one character, let alone a team, let alone a whole roster of characters. And this was like the first time where I was like looking at the battle pass, like I could kind of use all of that shit.
Oh,
now.
You've hit that point. Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, it's only $10. I could use that shit. But then I was like, but wait, what would I actually be playing with those characters? I would just be doing the same daily login and just trying to get past like the place where I'm sort of stuck in the roguelike dungeon.
Right.
And that's kind of
There's not enough there to support moving forward, even if you have the resources and, the battle pass and everything.
Pretty much.
The numbers just aren't going up fast enough.
That's basically kind of what it boils down to. And the numbers aren't translating to enough meaningful gameplay for me to be like, ooh, I really need to plunk down the $10.
Right.
Even though I feel like I got enough gameplay out of this to be like, yeah, this was worth at least $10. Like for me to have spent $0 on this, I feel like I got enough gameplay value out of it.
Well, can you not just now wait for, is it a seasonal battle pass? So there will be a new one?
It's seasonal. Yeah, there will be a new one. So I maxed out the battle pass. Like, so there's a free track and the paid track. So like I could have just paid the $10 and got all the rewards.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
From the premium because I maxed it out. Without even necessarily going for it. It was just a natural sort of thing. But it's like, see, this is all the shit that you're missing because you didn't pay the $10. But yeah, and so the other thing that is sort of an unfortunate side effect. So I mentioned how like the battle system is really good and it forces you to make certain decisions like strategically, and that you could do things above your pay grade that you normally wouldn't be able to do if you have a good enough strategy. So two things happened that changed that dynamic, or I guess three things. One was that I got the 5-star banner character on a gacha roll. So I got lucky. So that made things really, really trivial because that character is busted. So this character, Seely or Sela, whatever, however you say her name, her moveset is, it sort of just breaks most encounters. So whenever she kills an enemy, she gets an extra turn. And so she can only technically do it once, but if she has her ultimate, she can do it again if you kill an enemy with that ultimate. So you could stack 4 turns in a row with her, and encounters have a maximum of 4 enemies in them. So if she does enough damage, she could just wipe out an entire row on her own.
It's interesting because it's like the pay to win element essentially, right? Because I'm sure a lot of people are spending money to try and get this character that you just happen to get because you were lucky, but it's like it's counterproductive because it makes the game less fun. So
yes. Yeah. So like, yeah, so most battles became very trivial. Then the other thing happened where I discovered the auto battle. Now I'm used to playing like hard JRPGs. I'm used to playing SMT games where if you use auto battle and you're not like 50 levels above something, you're just going to get your ass kicked because the game's not designed for that. So this game's auto battle is also broken because it makes all of the right decisions for you. It's not an auto battle where like you just use the basic attack over and over again. It's an auto battle where your characters use their abilities and their ultimates are with the right precision to where you might as well not play yourself. Oh, wow. Like it's too good. So for like basic encounters where you're just trying to get resources, there's sort of no reason for you not to use the auto battle. And so this took a lot of the enjoyment out of it for me because I really like this battle system, but I don't have to engage with it anymore unless it's like a boss fight. So that was a bummer. Discovered that. And then the third thing was that I basically just hit a wall where like I either didn't have the right characters leveled or they just weren't strong enough and I couldn't hit above my pay grade anymore. And in fact, I was actually above the pay grade, but I still couldn't get past this wall, this one boss. And so I was just staring at the face of just like daily logins to try to incrementally upgrade these characters. And it was just like, I got other shit going on. So I just haven't played in like a week. And it's just like, yeah.
But you can, so when there is an expansion or whatever, you can just hop back in and just play that, right? Without doing any grinding. Like you can still see this as a game where you just pick up for the new content and then just get through it and then put it down again. Like that can be a kind of a cycle for you.
I guess so, yeah, unless they do something where like they cap the new shit and you need to be, adventurer level something or other. But yeah, if they don't do that, like if I meet the requirements for the content or whatever, yeah, I could see that.
Which that's not a bad place to be, right? For a free to play game. I mean, that's pretty good.
No, it's not. Yeah. It just I wasn't expecting it to come with this kind of swiftness, But I guess that's just the nature of these kinds of games.
It sounds like Genshin had more longevity at the start.
I think it does purely because of the fact that like that was an open world and there was shit to explore. Even though I think that Genshin is a shallower gameplay loop, but you could just sort of go out into the world. Like the time it took you to get from point A to point B just took longer. And so it felt like there was more content, but it was still the same. Here's a chest. Here's 3 enemies surrounding it. Defeat the enemies kind of thing. I think that's the really only difference. Whereas this is like a linear RPG, very enclosed spaces. So like there's a finiteness to it. And Genshin also had that thing where like the chests were on it was like a 72-hour reset. So you could go back into the open world and like farm those chests again. I don't know if they ever changed that, but I remember that at the beginning. Where this is not the case. Like once you find those chests, you unlock them. So yeah, that's sort of my Star Rail experience for the moment. I don't know what their release schedule is like. I don't know if it's just going to be like new characters in the interim or I don't know.
Yeah, so like I have nothing to add with Star Rail because I only played the opening section just to get an idea of what the game was like so that I could talk about it a couple weeks ago when we did that the first time. I have not returned to it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, there's so many other fucking games, right? Like I said, like, I didn't pay a dime. I feel like I definitely got, my lack of money's worth out of it. I
mean, with video games nowadays, time is as much an investment as money in a lot of ways. Like with Game Pass and the way free-to-play games and all that. So
yeah. Just very briefly, this year is the Shin Megami Tensei 30th anniversary, and so people were all ready for them to do another Persona 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary, whatever the hell it was. The same as last year and the 2 year spanning anniversary they did for that shit. And I don't know why anybody gets their hopes up for these kinds of things. But it was just merch. It was just merch. It's just merch. It's merch in a concert announcement for Anime Expo, which I think happens in LA.
You booking your flight?
No, I'm not. If that was like a touring thing and it like
the East Coast,
maybe somewhere East Coast, I might be more inclined. But the fact that you need to go to a specific anime convention and then also get a ticket for this thing is
so you're paying to attend the convention and then paying for the show within the convention?
Yes.
And a flight.
Yes.
And a hotel.
And a flight.
Wow. Yes. That's a big commitment.
Yes. And then merch money for all the shit that they're releasing. So that's basically the 30th anniversary for SMT. I don't know. I didn't get my hopes up. I didn't expect anything, but and then more SMT fans were convinced that there would be Persona news at the PlayStation Direct thing that happened last week, which I don't fucking know why anybody thought that. So Persona is as popular as it's ever been, but it's still like too small for that. Final Fantasy 16 gets the bill with that thing.
Which also, I mean, that makes sense because it's coming out in a couple weeks.
Yes, but like Persona does not.
It would if there was a game releasing like imminently, right?
I don't even know if I don't know. I don't know if it would, to be honest with you. Like, I think the Xbox thing was such an anomaly, and also because Xbox is so fucking desperate for games that was like a big deal to them.
Yeah, I remember they came out in like January, right? The two, I guess you call them remasters or ports. And it's like, the Game Pass lineup for that month was very shallow, probably the most shallow I'd seen. So that did make a lot of sense, the timing of it.
Yeah. So, it's like that was just like such an anomaly. Like, Persona doesn't even get any kind of billing whenever they're on Nintendo shit, which is also a rarity. So, like, the series is as popular as it's ever been. You have tons of people playing 3 and Golden for the very first time now, even though Golden's been on PC for years at this point. But no. So people fed into this rumor that the Persona 3 remake is coming out this year, and they're announcing Persona 6 for next year. And it's like, where would this come from suddenly? Why would they suddenly do that? The fact that we got a leak for Persona 3 that says that they were internally maybe announcing it in 2019 doesn't suddenly mean that it's ready for the fall out of nowhere. Like 6 months, or I guess that would be like 8 months after they put out the remaster of Portable. It just doesn't make any sense. And the fact that that would get any kind of slot on the PlayStation thing was, no, doesn't make any sense at all. But that's just Atlas fans for you. Like they say that they're like constantly disappointed, but then they build themselves up for the disappointment when there's no indication that things are gonna happen.
Some of it just based on what you've covered on this show for the past few years, some of it seems justified because like there was that whole Persona anniversary, the year-long thing, right? With multiple chances to sort of reveal something big, and it never really panned out that way. As an outsider, I'm not too invested in the series, but that seems like it was a genuine disappointment, and they probably expected more, and rightly so. But now this is just, it sounds like wishful thinking.
That's really what it is. Yeah. But anyway, let's do Dating is Dead. Let's end on something fun. So I have, for a while now, I have not found anything weird over on the apps. And apparently the way to find something weird on the apps is to vocalize that you have not found anything weird on the apps. And so the next time I was on, I found some interesting stuff.
Can we turn this into a game? Yeah. So like, because you're going to be reading anonymous dating profiles that you've come across, right? Can we do like a swipe left or right thing where it's like, well, you can say what you did because you encountered these on your apps, right? And then I could kind of based on only the profile, like I'm not seeing any of these people, I don't know anything other than what you're reading of the profile, I could see, say whether I would swipe left or right as well. Yeah We did this before, I think, and it was underwhelming, but we can try it again. That's like the motto of the show at this point.
Yeah. Okay. This first one. So like this is OkCupid. So they have, it's kind of like Hinge, where they're all the fucking same. They have prompts that you could sort of give a response to. And so this one is, my dream job is stay-at-home mom / MILF to your children. Now, this is not phrased correctly.
No, that's the big problem. This is
not phrased correctly at all. Because, now I don't want to get too blue, but the acronym MILF, for those that aren't aware, is Mother I'd Like to Fuck. And
wait, that needs to be
I'm
said?
getting into the syntax.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting into the syntax here. So, Mother I'd Like to Fuck to your children.
Yeah, I honestly, like, it's obviously worded incorrectly. I just don't know what this person is going for in the second part of that. Like, stay-at-home mom, sure, makes sense.
MILF?
On its own, also makes sense.
On its own, hey, you want to be a mom and keep your sexuality cool.
Right. But then...
to your children. The fuck is going on?
It's quite a plot twist.
So, per the rules that you established, how are you swiping?
It's tough. I'm gonna say right, but then I would have to follow up and ask for clarification.
See if they're an incestuous pedophile or not.
Yeah. Because I do think it is just incorrect wording. It's not what they intended. So I'm gonna be optimistic about that, and I'll say right with an asterisk.
It's like putting Barry Bonds in
I
the
was
Hall of Fame.
just gonna say it, yeah. It's a shame that the greatest baseball player of all time is the person that comes to mind whenever someone says the word asterisk. That's a shame. I hate that. Like, this is completely unrelated. This could not be more unrelated. But we both went there immediately. What a legend. Okay. What did you didn't say? Yeah, you didn't say what you did.
I swiped left.
Okay. Well, you're no fun. You're not the adventurous sort.
Okay. Well, we'll see. This is just like their about section for this next one. Looking for a contractor - construction / handyman. I'm dead serious. This was all they had on their profile, by the way.
When Craigslist doesn't work, or the yellow pages maybe would be a more common.
I guess if you want to get analog, yeah. It's the dead serious that really cements it. Yeah, I think they had one photo, and then this was their bio. All
right. I mean, I'm swiping left by default because I just don't have the skills, I mean, I have been kind of looking for a side hustle.
That's right.
I genuinely have, but this is not it for me. I'm not handy, so.
Yeah. I swiped right. Now, I don't meet the qualifications either, but it did make me laugh in the moment that I was going through. And so it was more like I liked it, like it was like I liked the tweet.
I don't think that's how these work.
It doesn't, but like I still just wanted to like show my support, you know? So that's what I did there.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, that wasn't really it.
Wayne
it was really
Gretzky.
just me like but that was like really just me like throwing my support. But it'll go unseen, but you know what I mean, you know? Okay. This next one's an interesting one.
Just wait until next week when we can't record because you're like building a roof.
Yeah. Just I'm like completely orange from sunburn, you know, and just yeah. This one, I don't know why this is even a prompt, but it is. When I die, I will, and then they responded, be autopsied thoroughly so there are no mistakes or misinformation about why/how I died, and then donate various parts of myself to people who either need my parts or just want a trinket to remember me. Give my pals the different bones in my feet or hands or something. Whoever I love the most at the time of my death gets to keep my skull. And if my skin can be turned into human leather, I want to be made into the hottest boots ever.
That's incredible. And your first point there. So this is a prompt on which
Okay,
platform?
Cupid.
Wow. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
dark.
I don't know why that is a prompt. I don't. Yeah, maybe to filter out the crazies like
or to
this.
filter out like religious compatibility. I don't know.
I
That is
guess. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So they play favorites. This person. Because whoever I love the most at the time of my death gets to keep my skull. It's like a competition.
Yeah.
You know? Like say you have a fight with your mom like a week before you die. Nope, she's not getting that skull.
It's like one of those petty wills that leaves the close family members out of it on purpose.
It's like the immunity idol from Survivor.
I'm picturing like an Indiana Jones style adventure where you have to search for the skull.
Yeah, Legends
you know?
of the Hidden Temple. Yeah.
That could very well be a title or something.
No,
on
on Nickelodeon, the old Nickelodeon game show.
Yeah, I have no
you
idea.
really aren't a 90s kid.
No,
It's
we've
crazy.
established this. Neither of us are.
No, it's crazy how I am, but you aren't. It's wild to me.
I'm slightly older.
It's wild to me.
I mean, I'll say it again. I mean, for those who didn't listen like 2 years ago when we brought this up the first time, it's insane that you think you're a 90s kid and that from age 0 to let's say 6.5 is more formative than 6.5 to
How can
high
I just
school?
have all of these references with the quickness is how I counter.
Because you're chronically online.
Chronically online. I was there in front of the TV watching Legends of the Hidden Temple. Maybe my memory's just too damn good.
Based on your track record with this show, I don't know about that.
Well, now it's just gone to shit. It's my long term that's
Mhm.
rock solid. I want to make another point here. So I want to be made into the hottest boots ever. I like to think that's just referencing the temperature. These are just sweaty, nasty human skin.
Well,
boots.
I mean, they're good for winter, right? So they serve a purpose. Maybe if you're shoveling snow.
The yellow
for
jackets. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a crazy thing to put online and then to put.
No,
on a
I think
dating
it's
profile.
great. I'm swiping right. I think it's very amusing. And I think it's a good response to an absurd prompt.
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like you're gonna get some like dudes that watched the stupid Dahmer thing and were like, "Oh yeah, I can make this my personality."
Yeah, but that like this is
You know?
obviously all a bit. It's a bit.
Yeah. Okay, this one's interesting. This is also like their about section. I love dogs, reading, gaming, and anime. I currently work at a dog daycare, and I love my job and the environment as it is where I want to be job-wise. Currently looking for someone who wants to be in a relationship, not someone who wants to do the hookups or friends with benefits thing. Only send intros if you are my tall, strong, white/Caucasian knight in shining armor.
Is there a distinction between?
As a white/Caucasian person, I don't
think so
that I
either.
know of. I love that that's what you took away from this.
Why? What else would there be?
No, just the fact that like there might be a distinction between white and Caucasian.
Right. I figured that's why you pulled this one. That's the.
Well, yeah, but that's what they're looking for is a white guy only.
I mean, hey, to each their own, I guess.
Don't you just think that's insane?
Well, yeah, but who am I to judge? And also, I qualify, so I'm swiping right.
Jesus.
Hey, it's rough out there.
I don't know. I guess I am more selective. I don't know.
Oh wait, have I No, have I done right each time? Have I? No, I'm not the construction worker.
You said left
The
on the
contractor.
contractor, which.
So I'm 3 for 4. There is no such thing as reverse racism, so this one's okay.
I don't think that's what this is. I think this is supremacy.
Oh.
Only send intros if you are my tall, white, strong, white. What's tall, white, strong,
no,
Caucasian,
you know
white
what?
knight in
You know
shining
what?
armor.
I don't think okay. When you put it that way, well, yeah,
That's what it says.
I
What did
guess
you
I
think
was
it
hung
was?
up on the first the first thing.
That's what
No,
the dogs?
the whole like white / Caucasian distinction.
Yeah, that's why I said I love how that's why that's what you picked out.
Okay, that is getting close to yeah. You know what? I changed my mind. Can I can I take it back? Okay.
Sure.
All right. So I've now swiped left because we don't tolerate that here.
Yeah. Okay, I got one more. All right, there's another about section. I'm blank. I'm not gonna say their name, even though it's their first name. I'm looking for a real connection with someone, not a one-night stand. Sorry if that's you, LOL. I play World of Warcraft. You can add me on Battle.net. We'll have so much fun on TBC Classic, WTLK, and Retail. Message me. We'll have some great adventure in WoW.
So, is this person looking for a relationship or someone to game with?
Well, they're not looking for a one-night stand. They're saying that you could have a great adventure in WoW with them. So yeah, I guess they're just looking to play World of Warcraft.
Which fair enough, but
I genuinely think this is a catfish.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. It feels like it's catering to a certain audience.
It's too specific, and this was the only information in the profile.
Mm-hmm.
This was it. There was photos. So there was photos all of the same person, which was the only evidence against catfish. But that does not mean that they still didn't just take pictures off of some girl's face.
Wait, what do you mean photos of the same person?
If it's more likely to be a catfish if there is only one photo,
okay,
or
yeah.
It's clearly a photo taken off of Google, or a screenshot because it has the phone, they didn't crop out the phone UI.
Yeah, but isn't it just as common to pull a bunch of photos from someone's profile?
Not in my experience.
Oh, okay.
Usually they don't go through that much trouble.
I see.
Sometimes they even use different photos. Honestly, they use famous people more than just random, which is really stupid.
What
all you have to do
not famous, but a tier below,
honestly, all you have to do in order to catfish properly is to go to this person does not exist and make pick a generated face. It's really fucking easy.
Well, don't give anybody ideas because we don't want to negatively impact this already just brutal online dating scene.
But it's just way too specific. The fact that they're mentioning the specific expansions of World of Warcraft, is no, this is not real. And not to say that obviously there are lots of women that play World of Warcraft, but
I don't think
the fact that
anybody's question.
But the fact that they just say specific. And this is the only fucking information.
Is there something about a retail version?
Yes. So in MMOs, mostly World of Warcraft, and retail means the current version of the game. Because there's World of Warcraft Classic. So it's either Classic or Retail is how they distinguish between the two versions.
I see.
I don't know why they still call it Retail whenever you don't actually go to the store and buy it anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking a physical copy. That's what comes to mind.
It's because World of Warcraft is that old because that's how you used to have to buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny though because that's the version that is being played on Classic. But Retail means the new version that's getting new expansions and patches and whatever the hell.
Sounds like you know a lot about this, and you have a lot in common with this person. So how did you
left
swipe
because
here?
I think it's a catfish.
Oh,
and also
right.
I actually don't play World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I'd have to go left here as well, just to sort of even out my batting average.
Yeah. You're going for the bonds. You're at 400. Yeah. That's all I found on my trek back in.
I had one, and I didn't save it, but the person. Their two favorite interests were anime and Jesus, which I thought was pretty funny.
I recently saw there is a Jesus anime, so you could have sent that to them.
I'm sure they've seen it.
It's very graphic. Yeah, it's very Passion of the Christ. They really nail him to that thing. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood.
So you've seen the Jesus anime?
Yeah, it's like on YouTube. It's like 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. This isn't like a full-blown series.
No, but it's made by like an actual animation studio. I think it was the same studio that made the Animatrix. But yeah. So yeah, that's Dating is Dead for this week. I just have to keep saying that I want to find weird shit, and I'll find weird shit. So who knows when the next edition will strike.
I think you need to get serious on these platforms.
Yeah, I tried that, and then I don't find anything interesting.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah,
at least you're getting some, use out of it, right? You're mining it for podcast content.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. I don't go like if I go in searching for something weird, it doesn't happen. Is what I've found. So I just have to go in, see what's going on, and then it sort of comes to me. But yeah, no, this last session, it was like every 2 swipes was like, what the fuck is going on right now? This was like all within a 20-minute span, I would say.
It's incredible.
It was just serving me up just whatever the hell was going on. So yeah, I think it's going to do it for us. I want to give some updates real quick at the back half before everybody scurries away. So the show is going to be returning to weekly as long as my little heart can take it. And so it'll be 1 week will be me on my own, and then one will be me and Ian on and off like that. And so expect episodes to be out on Wednesday, but please bear with me if sometimes I don't get it until Thursday, depending on the edit. But it should be fine.
Wait, where's my solo episode?
Do you want to do solo episode?
I don't know if I have the star personality to kind of carry it,
okay,
or the like
suggest it.
Insanity that you bring, where you can sort of just like ramble on for an hour,
Exactly. You just like slam your head against the wall. Like you need a little bit of brain.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'll let you know though, like if that ever happens, and then
Okay.
We could just like do. We could alternate,
so
and then you do an episode by yourself. I do an episode by myself, and then we never have to interact anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Are you already breaking up with me? Is that what?
I'm just
is that what you're saying?
Like suggesting alternatives to whatever this was today. I don't quite know.
Sure. Okay. I feel like we got there by the end,
we did.
And also, so this is also maybe a good segue. So I don't want to be presumptuous. I really don't. Like we don't get a lot of traffic, right? But I want to maybe start just thinking out, putting it out there. Some like bonus content, right? And what that might look like if anybody gives a shit.
I think it's all bonus content.
What we could it's all gravy, right? But you know what I mean? Just like exactly. But like if we want to do like I know nobody listened to that thing, but like the Irma Vep series.
I bring up Irma Vep like once a week to you because I still look back fondly.
I know. We had fun. But so just like things like that, if that's
isn't
like
it so sad that
do as its
HBO
own.
is run by a reality TV exec and we'll never get Irma Vep again?
Yeah, it's great. I love to download HBO Max and then a year later have to download Max, the one to watch for HBO. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
I actually the app updated, right? So I have the Max app now, and this happened like probably 3 weeks ago or something. And when I opened it, it had signed me out, which would make me go and find my password. And I have not made the effort to do that. So I've just not watched anything since on there since it has transitioned into Max. But
we really should have expected this from the people that changed the name of that stupid show from Pennyworth to Pennyworth, the butler to the Batman.
That can't be. Is that what it is?
Yeah. And then, they canceled it anyway, so it is gone now. But So the one to watch for HBO, we should have seen that coming
R.I.P.
a mile away.
Batgirl.
Yeah. It's great how they started that, and now the rest of them are doing that, where they're just canceling and then getting rid of shows in their library as tax write-offs. It's fantastic. Netflix is doing it. Disney's doing it now. It's wonderful. It's great. Everybody needs to invest in a 25 terabyte Plex server is what the solution is.
No comment.
Oh my God. But anyway, yes. Just I'm just putting it out, putting little feelers out there. Maybe bonus content.
So like the
Put it out
bonus
there.
content would be us talking about French cinema once in a while.
Maybe if there's
well, yeah,
interest,
there's interest, and it's coming from me. So there we go.
from you. Yeah. But I'm just
let's do a
saying,
Jean-Luc Godard retrospective. He's got about 40
maybe.
films. We can just kind of run through them maybe once every other week.
I might honestly rather do Big Brother.
See, that's how I get you there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just grind me down. Okay, what else? Yeah, Alice out soon. I probably just should have commissioned a cover artist, but I just do things on my own, and it takes way too fucking long. And then I can't remember if I mentioned this on the show before, but I'm writing 2 books, one adult fiction, one children's picture book. They're totally unrelated.
Is the unrelated. Children's book about grief at all?
Okay. No, it is
not going to get yourself into any legal
nothing,
trouble there.
Not that no, I don't think so. Should be good. It's just a regular ass children's book. Yeah, but no, they're very different. They're very different projects, unrelated entirely. But they do both have cats. So that's all I'm going to say for now, because I can't remember if I announced those before or what.
I don't think so. I mean, at least I wasn't aware of this. This is news to me. Expanding the publishing line. I'm trying.
It feels like every time I announce that a thing's going to happen, like some kind of health crisis happens, and then things get delayed by like months. But yeah, I'm trying. It's out there. Check out the Ko-fi page. I try to update that like social media instead of just throwing shit onto neo-Nazi platforms and Facebook, which we're going to get better about the Facebook. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, it might be taking over.
And shorts. Yeah. Ian's gonna be my social media handler on Facebook. And we gotta make clips. Clips is the big one.
Does that mean we're gonna have a TikTok account?
I was gonna ask you about TikTok. But this week we'll do this off air. We gotta end this.
Well, you're forgetting something though. The thing that I brought up to you once earlier this week and we didn't discuss again, that I now want to bring up on the show. The book club.
As the book club. Oh, you didn't put it in the friggin' notes.
No, I know.
In the notes. It's not in the notes. Yes, we want to do similar to our horror movie. I don't know, movie club. I don't know what the fuck we call that. Movie watching, whatever the hell we did. We want to do a horror book club thing. So it's you don't know what a book club is. You read a book and then we talk about it. Like,
why are you talking about it like this? What?
Because I feel stupid explaining what a book club is.
Well, so the thing is, I've wanted to join one for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just don't know where to do that. So I'm like, why don't we make one? And I don't read horror literature typically. Even though I do enjoy the genre and other mediums. So I thought, this would be a nice way to sort of get into it,
Okay. So then are you looking for me to pick? Is that what you're saying?
If you have something in mind, like that would be ideal actually, because I really don't know where to go.
I probably don't have something in mind. I probably have something in my library.
But the thing is, if we did a book club, I wouldn't want it to just be us talking about it. Like that's a big part of it, obviously. But if we could somehow turn it into like, I mean, you shot down my live stream idea pretty quickly, or at least the Facebook component of it.
No, I shut down it being on
that's
Facebook.
Fair. But it's like if there's some way for anyone who might be listening out in the ether to just kind of follow along, right? If they want to read the book and if they want to provide input about the book, like just comments, anything, something, just to make it a little interactive,
Sure.
That's where I would like it to go. It's kind of asking a lot, but it would be cool.
Yeah, I'm just going through. You know what? How about this? I will think about it and I will announce the book on my next solo show next week. And that way you would also have to listen.
I don't know. I'm a little busy. Maybe you could catch me up the following week.
Okay.
That sounds good, though. That sounds like a plan.
Okay. All right. All right, we got to get out of here. This has been too long.
I don't know. Last time we sat down to record, it was 3.5 hours. So
this
true, felt like a breeze.
But this one, why did this one feel? This one felt longer than
just the tower reading
thing.
Was a little rough, which is unfortunate because that's what we're leading the show with.
That's probably why I stopped doing it. Yeah, that's probably why I stopped doing it. You know, I don't learn from my mistakes, as it turns out.
I mean, I'm here still, so neither do I. Look where I ended up.
Oh shit. All right. Well, on that
I'm going to go learn how to hammer a nail.
There you go. There you go. Get that
Screw
batting
a
average
wrench.
up. All right. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.